Welcome back, and look at that. I've installed the balance wheel and hairspring, and if you see, it is doing what it should be doing. It's ticking, and it has been ticking for the past couple of hours actually, if not longer. The alarm is fully installed, and I did it off camera because, you know, you've seen me do it so many times. But yeah, it's just a standard routine operation really. So I thought I'd do that off camera, but it's all been oiled. And yeah, the hard part of reassembling it with the springs in is really what I did the series for anyway, and preparing that alarm click, which we had a spare for. So now that's done, we can put it back in the case and then finish off this project once and for all. And I've run into a little bit of a problem. I haven't properly started to reassemble it, but I was just seeing if I've got everything, and I couldn't find both of the screws that held the movement into the case. I found one of them, but what was interesting is that this screw would fit in one of the holes, but it didn't fit in this one. I thought that's weird. Maybe it's supposed to have two different size screws. I don't know what that's about. But as I couldn't find the other one, I had a rummage around and I did actually find this one, which does fit. So I'll be using this for the time being until I do actually find the original one, which has probably been lurking on the floor, but I literally spent hours looking for that. And sometimes giving up is a good option, in my opinion. Not always, rarely, but sometimes it is. So I'm going to put this on. By the way, that only applies to looking for stuff on the floor. Yeah, I think this can just go on like that. Oh no, wait. I knew I'd forget that. The old alarm setting arbor. And now for the fun bit, which is putting these on. Is this even the right way up? Yeah, it is. Putting these pins in, which, although it's not a fun thing to do, if you've been doing twisted tabs all your life, well not all your life, but as long as I've been doing these, then it's a nice surprise when you have something which doesn't actually have tabs but instead has pins, which are much nicer. However, they are losable. They are in fact losable objects. So just pushing in these pins, and they are quite close to the escapement, which is not the best position for them, although I suppose they have to be somewhere. There's two, and this is the last one. Looks like I might need to tighten them up a little bit more. Where is my... there it is. Big plier. There we go. It's a bit loose, isn't it? Let's tighten that up a little bit. There we go. Alright, back to it. So that's on, and it's in. So now I think we have everything there. Hands. So we get all the knobs ready so we can set the time on things. And where is the old alarm knob? Aha, let's see, that one's gone AWOL too. Aha. I'll set it to, I'll do it this way around actually, I'll set it to the time. And then it should go off at the time. There we go. And then this should just go back on. Hopefully easier than when it came off, but not flop around. And those dots are not painted on centered. That's very annoying. Oh well, I'm not going to do anything about that. So, finally, testing time. 12 o'clock alarm. Oh, try that again. 12 o'clock alarm. You can't turn the knob backwards on this one because it just unscrews. So, put the alarm out. Usually set the alarm by winding it up, but I don't have the keys on right now. Like that. Dun 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 bum 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 bum. There we go. So I think we'll call that a day. And let's put it back in the old thingy-bob. So we've got our plastic dial spacer. We have our glass thing, which I will give a wipe. Ah, well, it's so clean you can barely see it, so that's good. Put that in there. And that's how it was originally, the correct orientation. And finally, our little chromey thing. And I'll tell you what, I think we've just done it. So the last thing to do is, after this is put together again, I will do the old timekeeping test, which makes sure that it can run and keep time for a day. And the past couple of ones I've been doing have actually been really good. Maybe 2 minutes a day without even adjusting them. So yeah, I think I don't know whether it's me getting better or I'm just having a good luck with clocks being good. And why is this? Feels like it's too big. I know it's not, but it feels like it is. Here we go. Da, 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 da. Brilliant! Look at that. I know which clock this looks like. I'll bring that in a second. So then, I think what's left to do is put this back in the case, and we will have, well, I will have. Let's say we. You're part of this, aren't you? The viewers. You're part of my channel. You're part of my collection. Well, you're not part of my collection, but you know what I mean. My collection is at your viewing for whenever you like by looking at this channel. So this is the screw I found, which fits very well. And this is the OG up here. The OS, original screw. Bolt. Ta-da! Still ticking pretty strongly. And yeah, you see this one has a little rim in the middle of it? Well, that's the alarm. Usually the alarm has a little groove around it, and the time one doesn't. However, on a couple it's the other way around, but definitely they like to indicate that one key turns one direction, one key turns the other one. And if you pay attention to it, then you'll get the one right the first time. It's like getting a USB in the right direction, you know? It's that kind of thing. Ah, I know the trick, so I can do it right every time. A final bit of a wind up, and let's hear this annoying sounding bell. I don't know if it will sound annoying or not, but the fact is just hitting a bit of metal that's been welded to the back. They usually sound pretty harsh, so let's have a listen. 6 o'clock. Oh, put the time knob on. Let me fully assembled. Like that. Oh, it wasn't on. Alright, I'll do that again. But remember to actually activate the alarm this time. I'll do it for 10 o'clock. It's almost 10 o'clock. I'll do 9. Yeah, this weird eye sort of oval shaped dial is pretty difficult to line up precisely, but I think it's just a styling thing, isn't it? So now you can see it's poking out, not in, and therefore the alarm will be ready. So, let's hear this alarm. Alarm. What will the Hungarians wake up to? Or rather, what did Hungarians wake up to in the late 60s and early 70s? And the owner of this clock. That is horrendous. I love it. Yeah. Not very powerful sound, but it's just a very annoying one. But yeah, I think they have a very clean clock here. And let me just get something over. I have here the clock's brother from another mother, Big Ben repeater in bright yellow, and some pliers to match. Look how yellow we are today. Do I have any other yellow clocks? No, I don't, but I do have this yellow pen. Yes, a lot of yellow going on. To be honest, I quite like the colour yellow. If it's like that, it's an item that really pops out, and looks really good on the clock.